Thank you for watching this video. Subscribe to my channel. One thing you absolutely need to unlearn, one attitude you absolutely need to forfeit, is this attitude that you can handle your own life. I'm telling you, this I can handle it on my own. Unlearn it. It's garbage. Why is it garbage? Because it's simply not true. Some people, they operate in a bubble of close off relationships, whether it's in a cult or it's just only in a village, and because they are in a network where their agreements are made how people behave towards one another, and they can manipulate behaviors of others according to the rules of the community, they think they can handle life. Well, when truth appears, all that illusion is completely shattered. You know why? Because when it comes down to it, they are deceived. You can't anticipate everything. Let me repeat that. You can't anticipate everything. If you are about to go to the supermarket and you see there are gray clouds, you know it's going to rain. So you can anticipate by bringing a coat with you or bring an umbrella with you. So you anticipate getting wet. But let's say now that at the supermarket there is this elderly lady that's demon possessed, and she now causes a scene over there. Let's say one of the individuals at the supermarket is emotionally vulnerable and he's triggered and he begins to fight. Now, when you saw the gray clouds, you realized it's going to rain, so you brought an umbrella or a coat. But you couldn't anticipate that there would be contention and fights at the supermarket. Why not? You couldn't anticipate it because you didn't have that data. Alright? So, in this case, you may think that you are handling your life very well, you're responsible because you're an adult, you make the right decisions. I don't care how many right decisions you make. Right decisions do not cancel out sudden happenings. Right decisions do not cancel out sudden consequences caused by external actors. You can be someone that makes the right decisions all the time, and you're still at that supermarket and you face that contention, and it affects you. So you can't rely on your own understanding. Your own understanding can be useful. When you drive a car, you know how to drive it. When you're swimming, you know your body knows how to swim. Or when you're doing your job, let's say you're in marketing and you know how to negotiate with customers. So your own understanding is useful in certain contexts, in certain circumstances, but you can't rely on your own understanding. So this whole pride of life, because that's really what it is. People want the validation and the empowerment that they can manage their life, that they can manage their own affairs. I'm telling you, let it go. It's not useful for you. If you are built in that confidence, you're built in misplaced confidence. Even if the confidence has a short-term benefit, it traps you. You become blind because you don't look at the bigger picture anymore. Because why would you look at the bigger picture? You can handle everything on your own, right? That's why the pride of life is quite dangerous. Yet that is what a lot of people are looking for. They want to be able to control everything around them. And first of all, control is a counterfeit of dominion. You're intended to have dominion, not control. And even if control would be practical, it's not worth it, because when you are in control, when you're controlling, you're not free. You're stuck at having to manage all consequences, and that's going to burden you. It's going to wear you out. Why else do you think that many of those people with high positions tend to become angry, frustrated, or to get gray hairs quickly? That's why. Look, I'm going to give a parable now. Let's say you're John, and you have two buddies, Raphael and Raul. Now, Raphael has always been kind towards you, towards others. He is not causing any trouble, anything like that. But then suddenly, one day, he's gone. He doesn't want to have anything to do with you, nor with Raul. What has happened? He fell in love with someone. And now she has become everything to him. But here's the catch. That woman used witchcraft on the guy. So Raphael has been bewitched, and he's not even aware of it. In this vulnerable moment, this witch snatched him. Now, you were wondering, why did Raphael cut us off like that? What did we do wrong? You didn't do anything wrong. There was another actor involved. This witch suddenly appeared. You didn't even know that she existed. And this witch encountered this guy, in this case Raphael, and she became interested, and she took matters in her own hands. She used the paranormal to get what she wanted. And what she wanted affected you. It of course affected Raphael, because he's bewitched now. And he's complying with stuff he's not even aware he's complying with. But it also affected everyone that's related to Raphael. In this case, you two guys. Now, did you guys do anything wrong? No. You didn't, so you shouldn't blame yourself. You couldn't anticipate everything. And this is something you need to learn. A lot of people think that once you're an adult, you need to manage your life, take care of your own life, solve all your problems yourself. That's not possible. You can't control all outcomes. As an adult, you have more options than a child, absolutely. You have more abilities than a child, but it doesn't imply that you are able to manage all consequences. You don't. You have influence on circumstances. You can anticipate things and have an impact. Of course you can, and you should. And if you're not careful, and you have a lot of wrong thinking patterns, demons can use you to have impact. So now you're being used by paranormal parasites so they can have impact through you. You should prevent that, because demons will always use you and leave you with a mess and you die. This is how they operate. So it's good that you agree with Christ, that you renew your mind, and you walk by faith. Just understand, you are not the Most High. You can't manage all consequences. This whole myth of adulthood, that you must be able to manage everything without bothering other people, is a lie. Human beings are social creatures. What we enable affects one another, so we are responsible for what we enable and empower upon one another. Of course, people are responsible for their contribution, but as a whole, humanity is responsible for one another. So this whole individualistic adulthood thing, unlearn it. It is not true, because even if you believe this myth and you sense as if you have control over your so-called life, let me tell you, that doesn't cancel out that other actors are around, and other actors also will things, and there are unclean spirits also willing things through other people without people being aware of it. So you will encounter unintended consequences. There are things you can't foresee. That's natural. There's nothing to be ashamed of. Because look, unintended consequences happen. And there are times you are at the receiving end of unintended consequences. Sometimes very bad consequences. You get what I'm saying here? For example, one individual is jealous, he or she begins to murmur about the individual, others join it, so there's collective contention against someone. And let's say now that you are in the bus, for example, and there's a psychic attack coming on an individual, because all those people are murmuring against him. He is just a passenger. Others in the bus are also affected by all that heavy energy that comes upon towards that guy. Others may begin to feel ill or something like that. Or if it's a very heavy attack caused by in collective voodoo or juju or whatever, it can even happen that the whole bus is affected and people are now, and it may even lead to a car accident or an accident on the road. Such things happen. In this case, the guy that was targeted did not intend any harm on anyone. He was just taking the bus. But he had people after him, and it maybe affected you. Maybe you're not in the bus, maybe you're on the road. And suddenly the bus turns another way. And people on the road are thinking, what's going on here? They are affected also by the negative contention, the hatred and envy of those people that targeted that passenger. Now, did you make any wrong decision? No, it's not you. That's why, let me tell you, it's important to walk supernaturally. When you walk supernaturally, you operate in the safety, which comes from the Holy Spirit. That does not mean that nothing bad around you will happen. It will happen, but you are covered. You are protected. You will experience bad stuff happening around you, but you are covered. That's important. That's why it's important to walk by faith. Those in the world that are not in faith because they're lost, that go to paranormal for covers, they know that without that paranormal cover, they're doomed. So they are serious about it. They light the candles every day. They do their charmed rituals at home or in groups, because they know without the aid of those spirits, they are in trouble. They have no anything can happen to them. Well, you that walk by faith, you ought to be far more serious and realistic than those people that are in the paranormal, because paranormal always bites back, while you operate in the power, and there's no biting back, or there's no how to say it like this. There is no strings attached to it. Okay, so be confident. Walk by faith. Faith implies you don't know all the outcomes, but you're confident that everything works out well. That being said, agree with Christ and be at peace.